starting marshal more colourful than any as they line up across the starting tapes. On the inside of Chris Louis, the Ipswich captain. Joe Screen, the Hull captain, next to him in the white helmet colours. Sammy Clouting from Ipswich goes from gate 3 in blue, and Gary Stead from Hull on the outside. Remember, throughout the meeting, the riders from the home team, that's Ipswich, wear the red and the blue helmet colours. The visitors from Hull are in white and yellow and black throughout. This is heat number 1. Remember, we have 15 heats of frenetic action here, and it could be pretty close come the end. This is just the first, and we're just about to get underway. The starting marshal there, shocking pink they call it. I think they're just about right. He looks across, we're just about to go up. Our referee tonight, Frank Kempton, releases the tapes and away on the inside. Chris Louis to the apex of the corner, going right in white is Joe Screen. He's picking up the dirt down the back straight to pick up there, and now in third place in blue is Sammy Clouting. Tailed off at the back is Gary Stead, but the home rider Chris Louis looks at home here.
Yes, he knows this track very well. He's riding right on the white line. Nice, smooth, steady ride. I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch him in this one.
Doesn't look like it as he hugs that curb there with 2 laps gone. Chris Louis extending his lead. Joe Screen looking back for his partner in second place, but out front it's certainly the Ipswich captain and Grand Prix in England captain Chris Louis in red with 1.5 laps to go. Joe Screen making little headway there. Sammy Clouting back in third place. If it stays like this, a 4-2 to the home club.
Yes, definitely. Look, you can see the track changing every lap. The line is moving out, so these guys are they're looking for an extra advantage each and every lap.
Well, the checkered flag to Chris Louis in red. In second place, Joe Screen in white. Third in blue is Savillus Clouting. 4 points to 2 to Ipswich, just the start they wanted. And the Hull Vikings know they're going to have to work if Chris Louis is going to be in this form. The heat won by Chris Louis to take that checkered flag, the home team captain. Ipswich leading by 4 points to 2.
You tell us first of all the conditions, because now you've got a chance.
Perfect. Track's very, very good. It's got a nice amount of dirt on, and it's working really consistent.
Looked like it was quite smooth, actually. It wasn't too wavy. It looked like you were just...
It's very good. There's a few waves in the bottom corner, but it's very, very good, to be honest. Very good.
Chris, got to ask you, the last time we saw you in action here, on television at least, afterwards you got a back injury. Things weren't going well. How is your injury, and how are you dealing with it?
The injury's pretty good now. As far as racing goes, I don't have any problems now. I raced in Poland on Sunday, a real bumpy track, and came through with no problem, so... That's always going to be the worst thing, bumps.
Just your teeth now you got to get fixed.
Just my teeth, yeah, that's next week.
We'll have no personal comments on this show. What about tonight, though? Big night, Ipswich on a high at the moment, and we were just saying the team seems to be as together as it's been all season.
That's right, yeah. I mean, Ipswich was affected so badly with all the changes in the winter, the team strengths, and we had to make more changes than most. It took a while to settle the team down, but we're working well as a team now, and hopefully, we can make this 4 out of 4 in the league.
All right, Chris, what about this next heat coming up? We can take a look now at what's going on. Who's going to be coming up next?
By 4 points to 2. Looking across the heat, the lineup for heat number 2. On the inside, Paul Thorpe for Hull. Gate 2, Brent WOODIFIELD for Ipswich. Gate 3 is Brent WERNER, the American guest, for the visitors. And on the outside, Jason Bunyan for Ipswich. And problems there. Moving away from tapes there is Paul Thorpe. A little bit of condensation under his visor, and it is pretty humid. The sun comes out to greet the riders for this heat number 2.
I think Paul Thorpe could really dictate this race if he makes a start. I think the first corner here is going to be extremely important for the whole team, and I think that's in his hands.
Well, he's got the inside goes up the tapes, and Thorpe gets it down, but coming through is Brent WERNER, the American, to pick up the pace, pick up the grip, and pick up the speed down that back straight. In second place is Brent WOODIFIELD. Coming through in third is Jason Bunyan, and really, Billy, you can hardly be wrong because at the back is Paul Thorpe. But look at the speed of Brent WERNER out front.
What a surprise packet. Great start from gate 3. Very difficult to do here early in the evening, and look at him, he's just flying. Looks like he's riding with full of confidence. Looks like his bike's working really well.
Fast and furious, Brent WERNER looking good out here. Back in second place, the 2 Ipswich riders. A chance for team riding perhaps, because tailed off at the rear and looking slow is Paul Thorpe. But now with just over 2 laps to go, going very much the way of the visitors reserve, the American Brent WERNER at the moment to get the 3 points here and a first heat victory for the visitors. With Ipswich packing in second and third through Brent WOODIFIELD and Jason Bunyan, it will be a 3-all, and that will take them forward still with a 2-point lead. But there goes the checkered flag and the wheelie for the winner. In yellow and black there, Brent WERNER. In second place in red is Brent WOODIFIELD. Third in blue, his teammate and partner, Jason Bunyan. That's the split of the points at 3 points apiece. It's 7-5 in favour of Ipswich with 2 heats gone, and the heat winner there in yellow, Brent WERNER. And he made it like lightning from there. He's having a good time in the long track racing as well. On the inside, Tomasz for the home side. In gate 2, that's Shane Parker for Hull. In gate 3, Tony SVAB from the Ipswich, which is on the outside, Ray Morton. There's the colours, remember, the home team, red and blue throughout. Visitors from Hull, white and yellow and black. That man in blue there, Tomasz. A bit nervy at the start of the moment. Starting marshal getting agitated. Our referee, Frank Ebden, up above. It's the man with his finger on the button to release the tapes. The referees, of course, can take their time and change it as how they do it. Up go the tapes here and away from the gate number 3 is Tony SVAB to pick it up. Ipswich men 1 and 2. SVAB picks up the grip, goes down the back straight, one in front, shadowed by his teammate and countrymate Tomasz. And this very much the way of Ipswich. Shane Parker back in 3rd place, and Ray Morton really struggling at the rear. But the 2 home riders here, Billy Hamill, have it all their own way.
Yeah, Tony SVAB riding the wide line. It looks really comfortable out there. He's going in wide and just staying out there, keeping his wheels in line. He's looking for his partner, Tomasz, going in a little bit lower, staying on the white line. And here comes Shane Parker, looking for something on the outside. He's making an impression on Topinka.
Is he following the line because the home riders have gone wide and the racing line changing rapidly here?
Yeah, he's trying to stay out of the roost. That's the hardest part when you're in 3rd place.
Well, he's got a battle on here because a bit of team riding now by the Czech pair, the Ipswich pair with Tony SVAB out front. Parker losing ground again. The checkered flag is beckoning, and the Ipswich riders are 1 and 2 here at the moment. Time to look back. The Ipswich fans cheer because the heat won by the rider in red there, Tony SVAB. In 2nd place, his teammate and partner in blue is Tomasz. In 3rd place in white is Shane Parker. That's a 5-1, the 2nd heat advantage of the night in favour of the home team. They lead by 12 points to 6.
Right there, and interestingly, we saw the tractors out, Tony, just before the start of that. What difference did it make to the line, do you think?
What difference makes, sorry?
To the line that you were taking. Both of you seem to be taking a wider line.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know this track fairly well now, you know, and the outside line is a bit better. You don't have to sort of too much be look up on the inside because it's quite too much short. I was just a bit concerned about Shane because he's quite good. Yeah. He's going wide, then he cut in, you know.
Sure, Shane was pushing you quite hard, but you were just giving a nice bit of room there for Tomasz, so that Tomasz was covering the inside.
Yeah, that's
Actually
right.
Looked like you had a comfortable 5-1, to be honest.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I felt fast enough. We made a both brilliant start, and you know, Tomasz, I felt he was faster than me in the coming in the 3rd turn because there's a bit more grip coming in, but it worked out quite nice, yeah.
Oh, you're making a habit of winning races when the telly's here.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I've been quite consistent the past few weeks over here, and hopefully I can, you know, improve on that.
Do you get the feeling the team's filling up for this one tonight?
Yeah, definitely. We've been beaten last time, and also we didn't do very well in the Craven Shield, so we want to make up to it. And you know, a lot of people probably read this team off, say we're not quite good enough, but hopefully we can prove them wrong.
Well, it's looking good so far. We'll let you get your bike prepared for the...
I didn't really make a great start then, and it was very hard to get past the 2 guys in front of me. They rode the race really good as team riders, and it was very difficult to get by.
That was pretty perfect team racing, as you said. How do you find the track tonight?
It's not too bad. It looks grippier than it actually is. There's a bit of dirt on there, but it's quite loose. It's not working really well at the moment, but I'm sure as the meeting gets on, the dirt moves out, there'll be a bit of a line to ride out wide, so it'll get better, I think.
Yeah, that could be a way of passing as well, couldn't it, if you're taking a wide line?
Yeah.
OK, well, we're going to see Shane later on in action, so now we'll go back to Tony Millard.
Their part here, more on that in a moment. Jason Bunyan on the inside from the home club Ipswich. Gate 2, Brent WERNER, that reserve for Hull. Gate 3, the superstar, Tomasz GOLLOB on the outside. Former world champion Sam ERMOLENKO and Billy Hamill. They really mustn't, the visitors Hull, let Ipswich get too far in front.
Look at Sam ERMOLENKO. He's looking down. He knows he's got to make the start on Tomasz GOLLOB, otherwise he doesn't have a shot. He's lining up close to gate 3 as close as he can, and he wants to just get across.
Well, it's going to be vital, the gate, isn't it?
Very, very vital here. It's a little bit of a funnel effect into that first turn.
Here we go there. The tapes go up, but there's the battle joy between the 2 big guns. And ERMOLENKO has got to battle now because Tomasz GOLLOB is there. But look at Sam coming through. We got a race on here with the pole on the outside, the American on the inside. The pole for the home from Team Ipswich is way out in front now and gaining in speed ahead of Sam ERMOLENKO. Brent Werner's through for a share of the points in second place, and back at the rear, Jason Bunyan. But this man, Tomasz GOLLOB, is really flying.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable riding the outside line of the track. He's just getting those first race jitters out of the way, and he's pulling away now. He's just looking more and more comfortable lap after lap.
Tomasz GOLLOB stretching his lead out front with a lap and a quarter to go. Ahead of in second place, Sam ERMOLENKO. Brent Werner is looking back because they're going to get a share of the points, because at the rear, Jason Bunyan is struggling and he's nowhere. But look at this flyer. Tomasz GOLLOB is taking this like a pinch of salt. He's going wider and wider, faster and faster. A big wheelie and the checkered flag to reward the popular pole here at Ipswich as Tomasz GOLLOB takes that with a vengeance. That is 3 points apiece. It's now 59 in favour of Ipswich as Tomasz GOLLOB takes the checkered flag. An opportunity for tactical substitutes already, but...
We're saying with Billy in the commentary, the start was so important. You actually got a good start, but you couldn't come across.
Yeah, the bike was really, I really concentrated hard on making a start. You can see here, popped out good, but I'm lifting, and I'm trying my hardest to get down, and the bike's still pulling me wide rather than turning left, and basically gave him the whole inside of the racetrack.
Yeah, you just lifted too long, and that left too much of a hole for Tomasz to go through. Because your reaction off the start was perfect.
Here it is again.
See, I'm just lifting. I'm trying to pull it down, but just the way my style is, man. I got old bones, I guess. You know, I'm not as flexible as I should be, and I just couldn't get over the top. And
not bad for an old.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I'm still kicking. I mean, we still got right there where you lifted, man. I really thought I'd have a chance to get in there, but you know, there you go.
A lot in the local press about the feud that happened here last time between you and Tomasz GOLLOB. You tell us what happened.
Well, as far as I remember, I made the start, and I was on gate 3, and he was on 4, and he went to turn back on me. And when he turned back, he clipped my back wheel, and he came off, and that's just a little bit eager, I guess. But
he says tonight he wants revenge, and he started off where he means to go on, didn't he?
Well, he shook my hand afterwards, so I guess he's pretty pleased to beat me. But that don't mean that I ain't going to beat him, that's for sure.
I know. Actually, your speed was pretty good because he didn't really get away from you. In actual fact, after a couple of laps, it looked like you settled down, and your actual speed during the race was pretty good.
I actually was struggling a little bit down the bottom corners, a bit bumpy. The wider line, it was going to be a better approach off the corner, and I went a little bit wide, and it was a little bit bumpy coming in. You notice he was always going wide.
Sure.
So.
Sam, tell us something. Tractors on the track yet again. What are the conditions like out there? They seem to be doing a lot of tractoring out there.
Well, when we first got here, we really thought there was going to be a bit more grip in it. It's actually riding really good. It's riding better than I thought it would do, and all the tractor's really doing is pulling a lot of the loose over the clay surface, which is probably hiding a bit. But it's smooth. You can ride everywhere, I think. You just got to be on the throttle a bit.
Confidence booster for him.
Well, it's going to be tough for him, but there's the lineup. Gary Stead from Hull on the inside. Tony SVAB from Ipswich goes from gate 2. It's Joe Screen from gate 3 in the white helmet colours for Hull. And on the outside, Tomasz Topinka. 2 Czech Republic riders in action for the home club.
And remember, Tony, last time these 2 Czech riders were out there, they got a 5-1 over Shane Parker, so they're definitely on form.
Gate vital for Joe Screen, one feels here. Marshall pulls them up to tapes now. We're ready to go. Here we are as they look down at the back. It's under the tapes. And a real flyer on the outside in blue there for Tomasz Topinka, headed by Tony SVAB. And once again, the Czech pair for Ipswich are in front. Gary Stead is battling for second place. And Joe Screen amazingly tailed off at the back. But Joe coming through the inside, trying to make a battle of it. But out front, what a performance by Tony SVAB. He's fast, he's furious.
Tony SVAB is gone. Gary Stead making a hole for Screeny, but there goes Topinka back around, and here comes Screeny trying the outside again. Look at him.
It looks interesting here because Gary Stead is clearly trying to hold up Tomasz Topinka in third place and give an opportunity to Joe Screen to come through. They've got a lap and a half to do it. They really are packing in there, and tactics are going to be quite important. Out front, there's no doubt Tony SVAB is going to have it all the way. Gary Stead seems to have given up, trying to slow down his teammate. It's down to Joe Screen at the back to pull something back. Gary Stead is still in second place, but here comes Joe Screen trying to pull it round the top end. Can he do it? No, he can't. It's red, yellow, blue, and really it's all going the way of the home club once again with a great win for Tony SVAB. 4 points to 2 in favour of Ipswich. It's 19-11. They've opened up a gap to 8 points now. And again for the tapes, the Ipswich pair did it well.
Tomasz Topinka making a great start off 4. He was able to just... Joe was just the meat in the sandwich with the 2 Czech riders. Topinka coming across, and there's SVAB out front. But Gary Stead coming through for Hull. I thought that was a great great second corner from Gary Stead to come through, because Topinka made a good one off 4, and there they are working the bikes. Look at Topinka milking it on the outside.
Why do you think it didn't go so well for this man, Joe Screen, though?
Well, I'm not sure. There's not much of an outside, and Joe is a racer. He likes to chase the dirt. He grew up on the grass tracks, and the track tonight doesn't seem like it's got much to play with, so I think that was the reason.
Well, there is Joe now, almost ready to talk to our men in the studio, Jonathan and Kelvin.
Well, Joe, looks pretty tough out there. We've just been listening to Billy Hamill. Says not a lot to play with out there. How is it?
Yeah, the first race confused me. What the track beforehand, and it looked really grippy.
Yeah.
You know, and it rode really slick. So I just sort of detuned the old bike there, and I couldn't get a nice run like I wanted to around the corners, and I'm struggling.
Sure, it was like the two Ipswich boys just jumped out the start. You didn't seem like you hooked up off the start very well.
If my teammate sort of would have looked a little bit, he sort of come off the bend and sort of hung left, instead of looking over his shoulder and sort of seeing the opposition going sort of on the outside of him. He could have sort of slowed him down a little bit, because I got stuck on the inside.
Yeah,
for
it was one of them races where you just got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I should have made a start and gone away though, you know. I can't believe, you know, I'm struggling.
Why?
Joe, we can see what's happening here with what they're doing with pulling the dirt back in. What do you see here?
Not a lot really, because it's so slick underneath, so hard underneath. You just sort of spinning through it. Basically what they're doing now
Makes
is
the difference then.
Ball bearings on top of hardness, and you know, Hull's the same. Hull's very slick, you know, so there's no excuse.
I'm actually surprised, like you, when Billy and I looked at the track earlier, it looked like it was going to be quite grippy. Is there anything you can do to obviously change the setup on your bike now?
Go home and come back tomorrow.
No, come on.
I don't know, you know, I'm just going to go back now. I know what I've just done now, and I'm just going to go and change a few things and keep your fingers crossed.
We're going to have a look at Chris Lewis' bike. He's out in the next one. Maybe he can help me on the setup, but he's up in the next one. Well done to you, Joe.
It's clouding for Ipswich. Gate 2 is Sam Ermolenko for Hull. Gate 3, Chris Louis, the Ipswich and England captain. And on the outside, the veteran Paul Thorpe for Hull. And this, again, an important heat for Hull to produce the goods here. They have struggled, just one heat winner so far for the visitors, and they need the backup as well. And riders, there we are in the red helmet colours. That's Chris Louis for Ipswich, and on the form of his first heat, he'll be expected to win this one, because he was flying in heat number 1 against Joe Screen. This is heat number 6, Ipswich in control, in command, and in front as the starting marshal looks up, moves away, and away they go. And on the inside in blue, Sammy Clouty picks it up, but there is Sam Ermolenko getting there and pulling away, and that's the form we know when the flying American at 38 years old hits the gate. The riders for Ipswich at the back, certainly Chris Louis goes wide. Can he leave space for Paul Thorpe to come through? But Sam Ermolenko is looking good in this one.
Yeah, he's looking really comfortable. He's riding a little bit of a tight line, just getting used to the track. Looks like he's got his bike dialed pretty good, coming out right on the white line. Savalas Cloudy trying everything, just really looking for a different line to get around Sam.
Yes, Sam, though, picking up the grip there, picking up the speed, going wide, picking his own part of the track. And certainly Chris Louis eclipsed, because there are yards, meters between the front two. And Chris Louis now is having to pick it up. Disappointment at the rear for Paul Thorpe, but out front and looking fast, furious and very impressive at his best is the veteran Sam Ermolenko to provide a second heat victory now for the Hull Vikings. The wheelie celebrates 3 points apiece, the heat score. It's 22-14 in favour of the home side Ipswich after 6 heats, and a heat victory there for Sam. The Grand Prix at the moment, Tomasz GOLLOB in action here tonight, back in Leszno in Poland tomorrow, back in England on Saturday, back in the Polish League on Sunday. He earns his money, Billy, doesn't he?
He certainly does. He's gallivanting around the continent week in and week out.
There we are. Here's the lineup then for Heat 7. On the inside, Shane Parker for Hull. Next to him, the big man, Tomasz GOLLOB. Gate 3 is Ray Morton for Hull. And on the outside is Brent Woodifield in blue. That man there in the white helmet colours, the Aussie Shane Parker. Vital, perhaps, that the Hull riders here, Parker and Morton, make the game. Here we go. Look at the tapes of 5. And look who's in front. Tomasz GOLLOB again. If they head him from there, it'll be amazing. He's so fast, he's so furious. He went wider than most on that first bend. He's picked it up, and now he's opening it up like a street. But for Hull, the men are in second and third place. Parker in second. In third place is Ray Morton. And Brent Woodifield's at the back. This is a share of the points, but another example of just how good the man out front ahead of this lot is Tomasz GOLLOB in the red helmet colours with 2 laps to go. Even time for a wheelie along the home straight, Billy.
He looks so relaxed riding here. He certainly knows this track well. He rides a wide line. He's actually had a tendency to knock the fence down from time to time. He rides so wide. So he's just looking very confident. He actually made a perfect start.
He's got everything right on his bike too. He's got the line right that he's riding. He's got the speed. A challenge at the back at the moment facing in from Brent Woodifield. There we see Woodifield in white putting the challenge on. But out front there in the checkered flag, Tomasz GOLLOB does another wheelie in front of Parker, closing the gap. In third place in yellow is Ray Morton. That's another split of the points. It's now 25 to 17 that Ipswich are in front. But Tomasz GOLLOB, the highest paid sportsman in Poland, the leader of the Grand Prix, is looking quicker than anybody and in a clock. On the inside then, Shane Parker in yellow. Jason Bunyan goes from gate 2 for the home team Ipswich. Gary Stead, second place last time out in gate 3. On the outside, Samuelus Clouting. Parker and Stead have it all to do here now. Parker in as a tactical substitute for the visitors. This is heat number 8, and there's heat more to go after this, another 7. Ipswich lead 25-17, the Elite League champions. There's our starting marshal. Referee Frank Hinton, we see in the background looking down at the tapes. Away they go. Parker picks it up on the inside. A real flyer on the outside, but Clouting pursued by Parker. Clouting going quicker and quicker, and he must have had a lesson from Tomasz GOLLOB. But the Hull Riders are in second and third place. At the back and struggling is Jason Bunyan, but fast and furious out front is certainly Samuelus Clouting. Adios amigo on the back of his leathers, and he's certainly saying goodbye friends, goodbye enemies.
That's right. He's riding a really smooth line. He looks really comfortable. Great start, as you said, Tony. And look at him. He's just grabbing a handful going in, getting her sideways, getting her lined up for the straightaways. And it is adios amigos.
Yes, Samuelus Clouting in front. In second place now, the tactical substitute for Hull. That's Shane Parker. Back in third place is Gary Stead. Building up the points. Tailed off on the rear and really struggling Jason Bunyan tonight, because Bunyan failed to score in his previous ride and had a third place first time out. But the checkered flag undoubtedly here is going to go to the rider in red, Samuelus Clouting. Shane Parker in second place. His teammate Gary Stead in third. Again, a split of the points for the third heat running. It's 3-3. It's 28-20 with 8 heats gone in favour of Ipswich, the home club, who are in front. And still the chance of tactical substitutes beckons for Hull.
For you, last time Sky were here, you didn't have a particularly good time. I even heard it said that you were going to fall off, so at least you could get on TV and have an interview. But that's not the case today because you're riding so well. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, I managed to make a good start off 4. I mean, it's always difficult to make a start off 4, so. And I mean, they've done a tech sub and brought Shane in, but I managed to get the drive and made a brilliant start.
What about the track conditions now? Has it changed an awful lot since the beginning of the evening?
Yeah, I mean, heat 1, I mean, I didn't have that good a ride, but the track was nice and grippy. And then by the time I went out for my second ride, it had dried out a lot, so I was putting a bit of water on it now to try and make it a bit wetter.
How's the team feeling at the moment? I mean, you're obviously 8 points ahead, and Hull are struggling a little bit, it has to be said. But, you know, you're not going to rest on your laurels, I presume.
No, I mean, all the boys are going good, and I mean, Hull, they're only 8 points behind. I mean, they can always pull it back. And, I mean, they can just put a couple of tack subs in. I mean, I don't think they've used Sam yet and Screeny. So, I mean, they can always pull a few points back, so we've still got to keep going.
Still got to keep your fingers crossed then, in a way.
Yeah.
And ride out hard.
Cheers.
Okay.
Thanks.
There's the lineup. Sam ERMOLENKO goes to the inside gate for Hull. In gate 2, Tomasz Topinka for Ipswich. Gate 3 is Paul Thorpe, the Hull reserve, yet to score tonight. And Tony SVAB is on the outside for Ipswich. 2 heat victories to his name, fast and furious each time. Could this be 3 in a row for the flying Czech, 25-year-old Tony SVAB?
If you look at that shot right there, you'll see a little red button on Sam's bike. I believe that's an ignition retarder. It's something new, technology to Speedway.
Well, let's see if he can use it here, but flying from the outside is Tony SVAB, but look at Sam ERMOLENKO taking it wide. ERMOLENKO picks it up, but SVAB is going down the outside, jet propelled, and ERMOLENKO will have to battle to hold him off here. Coming through in third place is Tomasz Topinka, but Sam ERMOLENKO, a fantastic ride, smoke coming out of Paul Thorpe's bike, and now ERMOLENKO, the American, looking good, and SVAB will have to go to catch him.
Look at ERMOLENKO riding right on the edge of the dirt. SVAB looking very aggressive behind him, but Sam is just riding a perfect line. He's going wider and wider every time, just getting that rear wheel in the edge nice, dark, soft dirt.
Oh, Sam ERMOLENKO showing just how the flying chick Tony SVAB can be beaten in this one with a lap to go. Sam ERMOLENKO showing the form that made him a world champion a few years back, showing the speed, and more about that ignition retarder later on, as Sam ERMOLENKO is going to take the checkered flag for his second heat victory of the night here to provide yet another 3-all for the fourth heat running. It's 31-23 in favour of Ipswich in that one, with Sam ERMOLENKO certainly showing his worth, and with the two home riders following him home there, Tony SVAB in second place, Tomasz in third, but Sam ERMOLENKO did it when it mattered to earn 3 points and a share of the spoils and keep his side in with a hope.
The start in the first turn, so important. And look at Sam, he's working the clutch, got the front wheel off the ground, goes wide to cover the line, and then he's a little bit hesitant there. He stays right on the white line, getting down James Brown on the bike, and he's gone.
Well, from the finish, Sam ERMOLENKO, well, he looked happy and he looked very, very good indeed. And Sam ERMOLENKO, I'm sure, will be able to explain why he did so well to our studio men, Kelvin Tatum and Jonathan Green.
Your buddy from California just said, getting down James Brown, Sam ERMOLENKO. You're doing your bit. The others have got to follow suit, haven't they?
Absolutely. You know, it's getting down now to kind of getting the track the bike set up to the track, and I'm hungry, baby.
Yeah, you've reacted really well to that. You've obviously, from after your first ride, you've bounced back with 2 brilliant starts and 2 very, very good wins.
Well, let's take a look at those starts, Sam, because I think this is where you're making up the ground. You're gaining.
Let's go. Well, I mean, I'm just really positive out of the start. That first time, like I said, when I lifted, this time I just kept it down, and I just basically just went up, tried to touch the dirt a little bit. I was getting such a good drive up the inside, I just left it there and then just straightened out a bit, and the baby just took off. I mean, the bike's working good. Here you can see, yeah, boom. Just maybe not the best, but it's pulling. Yeah. Front wheel just lifting, you know?
Yeah, you didn't miss it, but your bike really hooks up very well going to the first corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's the setup right now. The boys in the pits have done a really good job. They got the bike working out really good for me. I feel really confident on the track.
Yeah, but that makes a big difference.
Talking to the guys, Sam, everybody's been saying that you're getting to improve this particular season. Is it something you've been working on?
Well, I mean, I don't think my motors were as good as they could have been the last couple of years. And in the wintertime, I didn't go to Australia and sun. I basically stayed in this country and worked with some of the development stuff that we've been doing. And a lot of time on the dyno, and things seem to be going really well now, and I feel really confident, and I've just been on a roll lately, you know. I just wish I was in that dang Grand Prix, you know.
You got a different ignition system on the bike. Is that part of the reason you're getting out to start so well?
I think at the moment, I mean, we got a little. It's a basic, just an on-off switch right here, yeah. But there's actually two ignition settings on that, and I haven't been using it because the bike is just working so well. Right. Or we got it. It's only just something that we've developed in it, and if we needed to test something on the racetrack, if you get no practice on these tracks, it's a good chance to have a start, and then if it doesn't work, try the other setting. If it works, then that might be better. But the dyno readings have proven to be solid, and we're just going with that.
Now, Sam, as you well know, we always have close matches. What do you guys got to do to pull it out the bag?
Man, I tell you, you know, I mean, it's really difficult because we're a little bit weak on the bottom. You know, we got Brent WERNER helping us out. I think he's doing a little bit better than Lee Dickin, but Paul Thorpe's really struggling. He had to have his 3 rides, just had his 3 rides now, so we can make some changes, you know. It might be one of those things where the management's gonna have to do some tactful things to make sure that we can double up on some of the heats and get our points back.
Sure, Joe seemed a bit down when he came in here a little bit earlier. Is there anything you can do to sort of fire him back up again?
Well, he's over there, he's working, he doesn't have his real mechanic with him that he normally uses for some reason. He's got his sponsor, Martin Hagen, which has got a lot of experience. He just seems to think that, I mean, he's really confident at the moment, but it isn't working for him.
Right.
You know, it's really hard. I mean, all we can do is just, come on, boys, give them the support. If they need a hand, help them out. But other than that, you can yell at them and scream at them, but unless they prove it on the racetrack, it don't make no difference, you know?
Well, Sam ERMOLENKO, you're doing your bit. We'll let you get back and scream him.
And I can tell you the middle 2 gates are going best so far. 33% of the races have been won from those positions. 22% from gate 1, and the worst gate 4 from the outside, as predicted a little bit by my colleague Billy Hamill. 1 in 8 has been won from the outside. This is heat number 10. They line up with Joe Screen on the inside. Savillers Clouting from Ipswich goes from gate 2. Shane Parker, Screen's colleague from Holgate 3 on the outside. Chris Louis, the Ipswich captain, in red. Remember, Ipswich wear the red helmet colours and the blue helmet colours throughout. With gate positions the way it is at the moment, this heat slightly favouring Hull, but it doesn't always happen like that as we start heat 10. Starting Marshall moves away now, looks away. On the inside, keeping it down is Joe Screen, and he does it brilliantly to go wide and block out, and now it's Hull 1 and 2. But look at Chris Louis coming through on the inside, picking off 1, picking off 2. Screen, he comes across and shuts the gate on his colleague to leave room for Shane Parker to come through. This is a battle between two of England's top riders, but at the back, disappointment for Parker to allow Clouting through, but Screeny's holding it out front. What a battle.
He is. The track has certainly changed over the break. You can see they dragged all the dirt back over the line, and it's produced more grip on the inside, and Shane Parker certainly had a problem with that. Joe Screen, no problem at all, but he's certainly getting pressure from Chris Louis.
Yes, and look at Louis trying to come through, but Screeny showing all the track craft that he possesses, known by many as Britain's best all-round motorcyclist, and Joe Screen out front with half a lap to go. The challenge is on from Chris Louis, but Screen is going to hold this ahead of Louis in second place, but only just. In third place in blue is Samuelus Clouting for the 5th heat in a row, a split of the points. It's 34-26, still an 8-point margin in favour of Ipswich, but what a ride by Joe Screen.
Yeah, definitely showed world-class character there. He was under pressure from his team manager, and he came out.
Joe Screen, perfect ride for you, and what Billy Hamill was saying in the commentary, a great start, more importantly.
Yeah, I've all a few things, and the bike actually did something from the start then and pulled me to the corner.
Yeah. Was gate one better?
Let's take a look at the start, and Joe, perhaps you can walk us through it.
I made a good jump, and either got the corner, Shane there, and I just went walk. See there, the lift?
Yeah.
And I basically balled my teammate up a little bit, but
wasn't too bad, although Chris actually turned back here, and it was very, very tight here.
It was difficult, you know. Chris knows the manoeuvres on this track, and
sure.
You know, just say, look, the bike, it's pulling from the start.
Yeah. Do you think that was a combination of your changes and gate one being a bit better?
Well, gate one is not better, I don't think. It's just actually the bike worked better.
Good.
Chris is so quick around here, though, around the inside. You know, I had to ride a hard race.
He did. He looked like he was picking up more grip on the inside than anybody else.
Yeah, as I say, he's a track specialist here.
I'd love to talk, but guys,
right.
Joe, you're in the next heat. Off.
It seems to have been consistently 8 points for the last 5 or so heats. What are you going to do?
Well, I tell you, that last one, Shane made a good start and he did his job, but he basically took it for granted that he was with Joe over 5-1, and then Chris made a superb entry in the corner. Right now, we're going to do a tactical. I'm going to go into the next race with Joe, and hopefully we can get some points.
I mean, what you actually need, don't you, is you need to be following each other in here. You need some perfect team riding, don't you?
Right. I mean, it's going to be really down to me because Tomasz Gollob's on gate 1. I got to make a better start than Tomasz, get over the top of him, and hopefully Joe goes straight around me.
Right, Sam, we'll get out there and do it.
Thanks.
See you later.
ERMOLENKO, this is going to be quite a battle next to him, the former world champion with 2 heat victories to his name so far. Brent WOODIFIELD, the reserve, goes from gate 3 for the home club Ipswich, and on the outside, Joe Screen, who rode brilliantly last time out. This is going to be some battle, Billy Hamill.
Yes, it is. I mean, Brent WOODIFIELD caught in the middle of 3 world-class riders. He's got to be wetting his pants right now. I mean, this is going to be one heck of a first turn, I would predict.
Well, I wouldn't want to be the meat in the sandwich on that first turn. There in red is Tomasz Gollop on the inside. This promises to be quite a battle. Gollop's made it jet propelled, and now the work is on. But look, coming through on the inside, look at the effort there of Joe Screen, because he's got to chase him all the way with ERMOLENKO in 3rd place. Brent WOODIFIELD outclassed at the back, but Tomasz Gollop, look at him, look at the challenge. Look at the challenge there from Joe Screen. What a battle we have. Can they catch him?
Well, Joe Screen, he's losing a little bit of ground at the moment, but Tomasz Gollop, as we said before, he's just a specialist around this track. But I think Screeny's just following him right now, just trying to see where he's losing, and I think he'll use that to his advantage in the next race, but Gollop is just gone.
Well, Gollop is gone. Gollop is flying. Gollop is set for another 3 points and a hat-trick of heat victories to keep his side in front. This heat with a lap to go looks again to be a share of the points, and that would be 6 heats in a row that they've seen the points shared, and it's going to turn out like this just again, because Tomasz Gollop there in the red helmet colours has now got his 3rd successive heat victory. The Wheelie celebrates, the Ipswich fans celebrate, and certainly Hull fans know that their team is still in this, but only just. And Tomasz Gollop is waging a one-man campaign to send Hull Vikings tumbling to defeat. 3 points apiece, the heat score for the 6th successive heat. It's 37-29 with 4 heats to go in favour of Ipswich. And that man, Tomasz GOLLOB, is the man in yellow, the tactical substitute for Hull. Jason Bunyan yet to score and struggling somewhat tonight in his last 2 rides. He did get a third first time out. And on the outside, Shane Parker. And it looks as if Tony SVAB, with his speed, Billy Hamill, will make it to the first bend and hold them all off, probably.
Definitely. Tony SVAB, an unsung hero this season, really is probably one of the best surprise packets of the season. He's definitely showing his true colors here tonight.
Well, that man, Tony SVAB there, the flying check literally tonight. He's got 8 points, missed 3 rides. Away they go there now. This is heat number 12. There is SVAB on the inside, picking it up. Shane Parker coming round to the outside. In yellow and black is Gary Stead holding 3rd place. And if it stays like this, yet another share of the points. But look at the pressure from Parker on SVAB up front. It's not going to be easy for the Czech here.
No, it isn't. Shane Parker knows this track, and I think he's got the bit between his teeth after that last heat. And he's certainly going for it and trying to pressure SVAB into a mistake right there.
Well, battling all the way at Hull and making little headway, because before this heat, 6 in a row had been 3-all. This will be 7 in a row with the same scoreline. The problem is the backup. But Tony SVAB out front in red with a lap and a half to go. In front, Shane Parker it is in 2nd place. In 3rd place is Gary Stead into the last lap, and still 3-all. It stays like this.
Yeah, oh, great turn by Tony SVAB there. He just pulled out bike lengths on Parker. He's really learning. He's learned the track. He certainly knows where the line is, and that's out in the dirt.
Well, there we are again, the celebrations for Tony SVAB with his 3rd heat victory of the evening, and still the gap is 8 points. 7 heats in a row have seen the points shared. Tony SVAB, the heat winner with the celebration wheelie. Shane Parker chased him all the way in 2nd place. In 3rd place was Gary Stead.
There all day, and you know this track, we know that. Couldn't do it though.
No, it's very difficult. I nearly made the start off 4, but Tony made a little bit better one and got into the corner in front of me and headed straight for the dirt, so it was pretty hard. I chased him all the way, but just didn't have the legs.
Well, let's take a look at this start, and perhaps you can tell us how you saw it.
Tony's sort of coming in, and he's moving out wide for the dirt there, and he's just blocked me run, and unfortunately I had to either try and go around him or cut back, and I thought there might be a little bit out wide, but there weren't. Tony just had a good first corner.
You just needed another half a yard so you can actually get in front of him, or at least level with him going in.
Yeah, exactly, and it just didn't happen. I thought I might have quite got the drop, but Tony just made that little bit better start than myself, and all over Red Rover.
Yeah, what actually happened to you in the race before, because you made a brilliant start there, and it just looked like you hit a bit of trouble in this first corner.
Yeah, I tried to come in tight under Chris, and as I was racing in under him, I nearly collected the back of his bike and had to slow up basically, and it completely put me off my corner and went out wide and made a complete shambles of it basically.
Yeah, that was a shame, because you were looking good there for at least a 4-2.
Yeah, exactly. It was important with the score as the stage it is at the moment, and unfortunately it's been a hard night. You know, Ipswich has just been real good tonight.
Champions are looking good. They've been looking good really in the Elite League so far, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, they've had ups and downs, but at the minute they're going quite well. The team sort of clicked for them, and unfortunately our team ain't going 100% at the minute, and it's very important to make sure you're all going 100%.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the evening, but hard luck in that one.
There's a 10% margin on gate 4, but so he's got 90% against him, but I think he'll do it.
There's the lineup. Joe Screen on the inside. Chris Louis goes from gate 2. Sam ERMOLENKO gate 3 from Hull, and Tomasz GOLLOB on the outside. A vital heat this now. If it goes the way of the home club, will decide the meeting in their favour. But if somehow Hull can produce a 5-1, it's open. And there's the gate positions. Billy Hamill, gate 1, a tremendous advantage.
Yes, look at that, 8%. You know, you look at when you're off gate 4, that's what you got against you. But Tomasz GOLLOB, as I said, hasn't missed a start. It's interesting to see where Sam ERMOLENKO lines up, because that'll determine where he's planning on going in the first turn. If he lines up towards the outside and like closer to GOLLOB, that means he's going to go wide, but he's probably knows he needs to cover Chris Louis in order to get into that turn first.
Well, if any rider can change that percentage from the outside gate, it's the talented Tomasz GOLLOB, and he's going right against the fence.
Nobody has started there yet tonight. That's the first time anybody started that wide. He's trying to get out in that powdery dirt.
Well, there we see it. There's Tomasz GOLLOB. He's going for the apex of the bend. Oh, and he He's made it, a bit of pushing and shoving as he goes wide, and Tomasz GOLLOB is the man with a move from the tapes there that could have turned the meeting and piled up the points for the home side.
That was great. I mean, what can you say? He's just on form tonight. He's definitely riding high. He's full of confidence. I don't think his helmet's going to fit him after this race.
Well, there we are. Tomasz GOLLOB in front. In second place, it's ERMOLENKO. Joe Screen back in third. Chris Louis in the back, forcing his way through into third now. Battle between the two Brits at the back. Louis takes Screen almost into the fence at the back. Oh, the two Brits having a battle. They could have both tumbled out of the Grand Prix with that. But out front, Tomasz GOLLOB has time to look back. He's showing speed with a lap to go. In his wake is ERMOLENKO, but Screen at the back has had problems. Something must have happened in that collision with Chris Louis, and it's all over for Joe Screen, and it looks as if it's all over for the whole Vikings, because they're in blue, taking the checkered flag, ahead of in second place in yellow ERMOLENKO. Third is Chris Louis. That is 4 points to 2 in favour of the home team. That's Ipswich. It's now 44-34, and Ipswich cannot be beaten now. But that outside start from Tomasz GOLLOB is what decided the heat, Billy Hamill.
Yes, these Ipswich guys are just totally pumped up tonight. They're just going they're on fire, all of them. I mean, look there's a great shot of Tomasz GOLLOB's hand. Let's see how quick his reaction is there. I don't think it's second to anything, really. He's playing with his clutch a little bit. Boom, Sam just lifted a little too much. He's going wide, but there's GOLLOB. He's straight across his front wheel, straight back out to the dirt line. Oh, he's leaning towards the inside, but he gets his wheels in line, and as they say in Polish, bardzo dobrze.
Well, from the start there, it was a different line. He went like an arrow towards the first bend.
He certainly did. I mean, oh man, there's a great shot. Look, Screeny's just trying the inside. He doesn't like the inside. He wants to get out there and get that bike running and racing. And Chris Louis, man, he just really was there. These Ipswich guys are just pumped up because he was really hard on Joe Screen in that last race.
Well, on the last lap, Tomasz GOLLOB by then had it all his own way. He had time to look back. The wheelie comes up right now, and he knows it's won the meeting. The Ipswich Witches.
Yeah.
Line up from the inside. There's Brent Woodifield for Ipswich, goes from gate 1. Gate 2 is Ray Morton for Hull. Gate 3, Tomasz Topinka from Ipswich. On the outside, Brent Werner, the Workington rider, riding as guest and reserve tonight for the Hull Vikings. There he is, the American from Los Angeles, Brent Werner, a 25-year-old regular Workington rider. Rode for Eastbourne as a guest the other day when we covered them on Sky.
He grew up.
This is heat 14. Away on the inside there in blue goes Brent Woodifield. Woodifield picks it up. He's squeezed by Werner. Werner's on the outside. Werner picks up the speed there and challenges for second place. Back in third place is Ray Morton. At the rear, surprisingly, Tomasz Topinka. But going wide. And there is Brent Woodifield showing skills that we missed earlier on. Brent Woodifield picked up a second place early on, then failed to score, but more points are coming the way of the young Australian here, and this is what he's capable of, Billy.
That's right. I mean, I think he's been inspired by his teammates. They've all done really well tonight. He really hasn't shined yet, but he's shining in this race, certainly.
Ray Morton in second place. Werner's back in third now. Tailed off at the rear is Tomasz Topinka. This will be another share of the points if it stays like this, but with a lap to go. Out front, Brent Woodifield providing his first heat victory of the evening if it stays like this. And he takes the checkered flag. And once again, packing in second place the visitors. So near and yet so far. So much what might have been for the Hull Vikings, but not for Ipswich. Their 11th heat victor of the evening. That is Brent Woodifield in blue, ahead of in white Ray Morton. In yellow, Brent Werner. 3 points apiece the heat score. That's now 47-37. The meeting well and truly the way of Ipswich, and the heat winner there, Brent Woodifield, will be delighted with his performance.
Sorry, mate. How was that out there? Because, well, you've been waiting for a win for a while tonight, but finally it's come.
Yeah, it hasn't been good at the beginning, you know. I just swapped bikes from my last heat, and I should have done it earlier on in the night, you know.
What's the difference between those bikes then?
Well, my other one's sort of set up for a bit more of a slick track, and it worked well around here last week when it was a lot slicker. And I thought I could get it to work tonight, and it didn't work, so I went back to the old one that I usually use around here, and it was a lot better. So,
what was the reason you started on the other bike? Because it looked quite good, the track, really.
It did look good, but I used it last week, and I've only just used it a couple of times. It's a new motor I've only just got in, and it's been good on the last couple of meetings I've ran, and but the tracks are quite slick, you know.
Sure.
So I've just I thought I'd try it tonight, and it didn't work out. So.
What's the feeling in the camp? Obviously, you've had a super meeting tonight, and the team seems to be on the roll. Is you know, you're settling in well. Are things looking up for the Ipswich team?
I think so. You know, everyone's riding more like a team now. Like early on in the year, it was sort of everyone stuck to themselves a little bit, and you know, we were getting downhearted, and no one was talking to each other. And now we've had a couple of good wins, and everyone's getting stuck in there, and it's good.
Oh, is the feeling then that you can go all the way again this year because you were champions last?
I think so. You know, as soon as the last 4 or 5 meetings, we haven't been beaten, and we've been doing all right. So, you know, everyone's been pulling their weight and doing quite well.
Right.
So, well done again, and congratulations on you.
Victory to his name tonight goes from gate 2 for the home side Ipswich. Joe Screen goes from gate 3, and Tomasz GOLLOB from the outside, and we're expecting one of those arrow trips to the first bend, just like before, Billy.
Yeah, certainly the night has belonged to Tomasz GOLLOB. I mean, he's just been outstanding right from start to finish, and he's just gloating right now.
There he is in the blue helmet colours, the 28-year-old from Bydgoszcz, who rides in his home country in the next Grand Prix in 9 days' time at Wrocław. You can see it here on Sky, but here we go for the 6-lap finale tonight. And there goes GOLLOB from the outside across, and from here on for 6 laps. Well, Tomasz GOLLOB will surely take it away now. Back in second place in yellow there is Sam Ermolenko. In third place is Tony SVAB. Joe Screen locking up, but Tomasz GOLLOB going faster and faster. Coming through in second place is Tony SVAB, but coming back well is Sam Ermolenko. A ding-dong battle there in second place, but out front, it's all happening there behind this man out front, Tomasz GOLLOB. But look at those two battling in second place. Tony SVAB in red, in yellow there is Sam Ermolenko. Tomasz GOLLOB miles away, but the action there, look at that, Billy Hamill.
Wow. That is unreal. The track is changing each and every lap, and look at, they're leaving each other a little bit of enough racing room. Sam's working it on the outside, and there's SVAB on the inside. Oh, look at GOLLOB. He's just milking the track, milking it for everything it's worth.
Well, he seems to be in a class of his own here tonight, the flying pole, because with a lap and a half to go, Tomasz GOLLOB is some 25 metres in front of the field, with Sam Ermolenko now in second place.
Now, right here is where fatigue sets in. Let's see what they can do. They got to hold on. These guys aren't used to this. This is an extra couple laps, and Speedway is a very short, explosive sport.
Well, it is indeed, but with half a lap to go, Tomasz GOLLOB isn't finding it too difficult there. And there is your first televised maximum. There is the wheelie. There's the celebrations. And what a night it's been for Tomasz GOLLOB, because the home team wins that one by 4 points to 2. It's 51-39 in favour of Ipswich, but the night has been all about the 28-year-old from Bydgoszcz. Is he the best rider in the world? On tonight's showing, certainly close to it, Billy.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he was just fantastic tonight. Obviously his home track, but look at him, he's just enjoying it and milking it and lapping it up. And certainly he's definitely preparing himself for the Grand Prix, the next Grand Prix in his backyard. And I know I'm going to be against him, so I'm certainly going to have to be on my tippy toes.
Well, I know that Billy Hamill, look at the aerobatics, look at the balance, and look at the talent of that man, Tomasz GOLLOB. No wonder he gets a lot of money in Poland, and look at the efforts of Tony SVAB. Tony SVAB down the back straight, but we're watching GOLLOB, and he's waving to the crowd.
Look at the tractor man. He's even doing a wheelie.
Well, Billy's watching some of the stuff off camera here, but this is where it happened for Tomasz GOLLOB with a vengeance.
Yeah, no mistake in that. He just again, textbook start right from the outside. He said earlier he loves gate 4. It's his favorite start. He just came across, covered the opposition, and then there was just no looking back. He's just on fire.
Well, the Ipswich team has had a marvellous night, and they're in our studio, and the only man they're waiting for at the moment, I think, is Tomasz GOLLOB to come and join the celebrations. What a night it's been for Ipswich. What a night it's been for Tomasz GOLLOB. He's yet to join his colleagues. Tony SVAB is getting there now, and Jonathan Green, you can join the celebrations.
Yeah, this is the best part of the night for me anyway. I love it when the team come up here and celebrate. But yeah, there's only one man missing, but we'll start with Chris. We are very happy with the man missing. He's showboating and giving the crowd what they want, but that's exactly what we wanted here, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. I mean, it's 4 out of 4 now, and I think it's 12 points we finished up on top. So, you know, it could well be enough for the bonus point if we can't go there and win.
Anybody you want to point out? Obviously, we've seen what Tomasz can do, but it's a team effort after all.
Yeah, this team is built, around a team effort right from top to bottom. And even Brent, he didn't have the best of starts, but he still managed to put it together after having 1 or 2 tough rides and get out and win one. So fantastic.
Now, Kelvin, these boys would be too modest to admit that they're on for another championship, but what do you reckon?
Well, I think it's fantastic. I think they've bounced back really well, but and like Brett said, I think hit the nail on the head. It looks like you've all got like a team spirit running now.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone's really friendly and gets on really well, and it shows off in the pits and on the track.
Sure. I think Tony as well. I think I've never seen you ride so well. What's happened? What are you doing?
Come on in here, Tony.
Come in.
Yeah, well, just it got me. Take me 3 years to get the gear up and everything just right for this track, and it's coming together. Probably my confidence up, and I just wish I could do it on the weight tracks every week as well.
Right.
I just want the man behind you can hardly see him. Tomasz Topinka's in here, and you're just coming into this whole scene. And I think we were talking earlier with Chris. It takes time to settle into a team like Ipswich, and there's a lot of expectations, especially from the fans behind you. But you feel settled. You feel good now.
I think I will feel better after a few more meetings, because it's really hard track to ride. Once it's gonna ride this track good, I think it's gonna have a good home advantage. But in the moment, I still don't really have the home advantage, because I'm not with the guys. I'm with them for a few weeks now. But I think soon I will get there, and I will start to score more points than I'm doing now.
And Jason, good bunch to be with.
Yeah, they're superb. Everyone pulls together. Got excellent team spirit. Even if we get a couple of riders dragging on a night, the others all bunch together, and it's brilliant.
Well, everybody's saying, and I guess I'll put this at Chris again, because he has to take all the pressure from us. But Paul came in here. You were very close. Now you're leading it. But let's take a look at the league table as it stands at the moment, just after this meet, and that puts you back at the top. So what do you see when you look at that now?
Well, it's a nice feeling, because we didn't have the best of starts this season in the Craven Shield, and I think a lot of people wrote us off really after that. But the team's got it together. We're not saying we're going to win it at the moment. It's 4 out of 4. That's a great feeling. Oxford, I don't know what they're doing down there really. They're going to be up there.
I was about to say, how clear, it's early days yet, how clear a representative situation, besides yourselves perhaps, is this?
It's very difficult right now. It's too early to say. We're very happy with the way things are going. Obviously, that away win at Wolverhampton was fantastic. It's not one that we really expected to win, so that was a bonus. Paul looking very, very strong, very strong. So I see it between ourselves, Paul, Oxford, Coventry. I mean, you can't write them off.
All right, we won't give all the credit to the riders, because
red helmet colours.